Alright, so we have some integer variables here. Let's say you're going to figure out your percentage on an assignment. So you have a variable for the points you earned and a variable for the points available, and you've prompted the user for their score, and you've prompted the user for how many points were available. And you want to figure out the percentage that they earned. So you earned a... And here I'm going to do the math. So to get a percentage, we do points earned divided by points available times 100. And then we'll stick a percent sign on the end of it. All right, so let's see what that gives us. So let's say we got a 8 out of 10. A 0%, but we feel like it should be an 80%. Well, what happens if you have two integer variables is it says, oh, the answer should be an integer as well. So because of order of operations, it does this division first, and it says, okay, 8 divided by 10 when they're both ints is 0 because it chops off the decimal part, and so you lose your information. So if these were just literal numbers, we could literally go like 8.0 out of 10. And that would solve the problem. But since these are variables, we can't stick a 0.0 on the end. But what we can do is a thing called typecasting. So the way that you do that is you go to one of the variables. So I'm just going to go to the first one here. And directly next to it, so if you have like math with parentheses, you still got to get straight up next to your variable. You put a set of parentheses here. And inside of it, you say... please, for this moment, while this calculation is happening, can you act like a double so that my answer comes out as a decimal? So I'm going to stretch this over so you can see this, because it's applying this typecast onto this variable, and that's saying, I know you're an integer. That's fine. I don't want to change the type of the variable. But for this moment during this calculation, compiler, please pretend that this is a decimal number so that your answer gets type promoted and comes out as a decimal. So let's see if it worked. Okay, so 8 out of 10, 80%. That's what I'm expecting. So again, this is called typecasting. You can cast an integer to a double. You can cast a double to an integer. You can cast basically between the numeric types however you like. You can't cast a string to a number or a number to a string because they're not quite the same type of variable. Numerics are called primitives. String is this thing called a class that we'll get into later.